Welcome to our channel.
House of Pierre.
My name is Tala Pierre.
I'm Jerome Pierre.
Today is about contractors. Choosing a general contractor. One of the hardest things to do.
Before you even look for contractors, you have to have an approved plan. Make sure that the plan has been approved by the city and you have copies of those plans and you pull them and actually printed them for your contractors to see.
Search online for contractors. Go to Yelp, Google, Bing if you use Bing. I don't, but he does. Read the reviews if there are any, because that'll give you an idea of how these contractors work. Or
if you have family or friends who've used contractors in the past, that'd be the best source. You actually want to make sure that you have someone who's used a contractor before, so they have personal experience with that contractor. Once you've done your research, choose at least 5, and maybe 5 to 8 contractors, and then start interviewing all the contractors.
Do like your forensics analysis on these guys, like look at them online. I don't know if their licenses are public.
All the licenses are public for contractors, yes.
I just assumed. But like, yeah, look and do your research on these guys first before you interview them. When you schedule an appointment, they want to come on site. So be prepared for that. Clean up a bit if you want to. They'll come down, they'll scope you out. They'll look at anything in your home that looks like expensive, because they're gonna scope you out. Like we had this, what is that thing called?
Tidbit, which is basically a display that shows stock options. You can make it show really anything. And we had our stock portfolio on the Tidbit.
And the contractor was really looking at that. Oh, so you guys, so, you know, it's kind of scary because they'll jack up the price after they scope you out. They're like, okay, these people can afford something like this. And it's kind of sad, but they do that.
So be very careful.
This is an interview process, right? You want to see if you have chemistry, if you're going to work well together.
Personality-wise.
The first guy really impressed us. However, in the end, it didn't work out. Don't be afraid to ask for like a ballpark estimate of like how much is this? Because they'll look at your plans, because you have the plans out there. Actually, they may ask for you to email to them before they come on site. Which
is something good. You want them to be able to look at your plans prior to coming to talk to you, because that means that they've actually reviewed it, understood it, and then hopefully they're coming with a ballpark figure about how much it's going to take to build.
Yeah. This is not my favorite part of this renovation, is interviewing general contractors, because a lot of them just want to get you for your money. I feel that. I'm not saying all of them do, but we know there was a couple that we liked.
There was, but know that like a goldfish, they're going to match your budget. So if you tell them that you have a $2 million budget, they're going to build you a $2 million house, or what they'll claim is a $2 million house, and give you all the features and functionality and the benefits and all the, what do you call it? The
bells and whistles.
Bells and whistles. You
know, trust your gut. You know, if it doesn't feel right, then do not move forward. Really don't, because it's a commitment, right? It's like almost a year-long commitment, and
you're going to be in a relationship with these people for
a very
hopefully
long time,
under a year, but but it might be longer.
At this point, you should have like your top 3, and if you have your top 3. Then start scheduling like, hey, we want to see your sites. We want to see some of your projects.
You want to visit unfinished projects. You want to visit finished projects. You want to see how they work as a team with their subcontractors. You want to see the site to make sure that it's clean. You want to make sure that they're be able to communicate with their subcontractors. You want to look at finishings and making sure that the finishing they're putting in look to your business specifications, because all those sites will be indicative of what they're going to do in your home. So you want to look at that prior to you approving them to move forward.
They look at the tiles, like in the bathroom. If you go visit a site, make sure the grout lines are, nice and even. Make sure the floor doesn't have like gaps in it.
Look at the walls. Make sure there's no cracks in the walls. Make sure the walls are flat. Make sure that there's not too much dust, dirt all throughout the house. Think about those homes as if they were your home, and would you accept that?
Make sure they have a fence around the site, because cleanliness shows how they work.
So you want the fence up so no one actually falls on your site and gets hurt and they sue you.
Which goes to read the contract before you sign. You got your top 3. Let's say you chose one already. Read the contract. I know you read most of the contract. I really don't like to read.
You have to read the contract. because you're signing a legal document and there's a binding document between you and that third party. So it's very important that you look at the contract and you look for certain things in the contract. Some of those are making sure that the milestones actually meet up with your expected milestones. And for the schedule, to make sure the money schedule is what you expect. You want to make sure the license in the contract is up to date, because you can go online and verify their license is not expired. And finally, you want to make sure that they have insurance, because that's extremely important, because anything that happens on this site, it's going to come from your insurance, not their insurance. So make sure that they're completely licensed and insurance for the work they're going to do.
If anyone else has ideas or tips, or if you find something interesting in this video or helpful, or you're questioning something, you have a concern, please feel free to comment below. Don't be scared. Well, everybody, hope this was helpful. Please like, subscribe, and
hit that bell.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.